Hello, everybody. It is a horrible rainy day outside, but today we are going to open the kiln. So I've already opened the door, as you can see. So let's just see how it's going to go. But some sad news. I was, turning it on the wall and seeing what's happening. It doesn't want to turn on at the wall. So I think it might need to have somebody come out here, just unless the switch has changed inside, but otherwise I'm going to be sad. But anyway, we will get going. We will see what's going to happen, and then hopefully the problems can be fixed. Like I said, it doesn't want to turn back on, but it's rainy and horrible, so it might just be the emergency switch or something. Anyway, let's open it up, and let me move you closer and I'll show you. We'll move down because you don't need to see me. So let's open. Oh my goodness, how cute is this? So these are the mugs that I've been showing all of you that I've been working on. This is kind of like a two-tone, if you can kind of see. And all of these flowers pop out. This one here doesn't pop out. I just painted that on. And then that's the inside. So I've done this one on the wheel. So obviously I made this on the wheel. It's a little bunny rabbit. These ones I painted from... I don't know whether you remember, but I was showing how I paint on the back of the brush, not the soft bit, but the hard back, the dot of the brush. So anyway, and this would look really cute if it was for Christmas and like some gold or something, but it's not for Christmas. This is just a Wonderland kind of theme. So anyway, that is number one, and it's looking gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah, and, look, you've got to find something that defines, your kind of work, I guess. For me, I'd say hand painting, and I always do the rims. So that just gives something of me. So as we go along, I'm going to just put them on the bench. There's a couple more of these little cuties coming out. So these are these little cuties, they're little ring dishes. And we have a few things, some magnets, mugs. The top row is mostly mugs. Oh, this is so sweet. So this is my little unicorn. Isn't she cute? So obviously I've painted it in different colours, and then it does have like daisies all around the back and quite an exaggerated handle. And then you can see I've painted little bits on the bottom just for interest. And then if you can kind of see the handle, the handles of interest too. So I've used kiwi glazes for these. So this top beautiful one is the gorgeous lavender kiwi. There's the soft blue, blush pink. I can't remember them all. This is I'm going to say this is mint green is the green. But anyway, it looks beautiful, doesn't it? Oh, thank you for the hands up, for the likes. We all like that, don't we? Because that actually helps, But so there's a few mugs in this one. This is my next one. It's not a colour I would usually do, but I have been asked for some bolder colours. So I just did this one that I had kind of ready to go. And, yeah, it's a little deer. Isn't it cute? So, and it's like, so this one I've put some cherries on it. Obviously some daisies. This is quite a busy mug. Not everyone likes a busy mug, but... and then, of course, the inside's a bit purple. And then it does have like a twig on the leaf, on the handle. And you can see the handles are big, like you could fit 3 fingers easily in that. So I think the handles, I'm happy with how big I've made them. I was a bit worried that they were too big. But anyway, so this is what it looks like. Isn't it cute? So on to the next one. So that is 3. So this is the next one. This is the Bumblebee. It's so adorable. I really do love the Bumblebee. So I painted all of these once again with kiwi, and then I've just used a clear, it's called Clear Super Gloss. And this clay body here is Kiln's Speckled. Oh, thank you. You like it? Yeah, I love them. I think they're gorgeous. Now the problem is me selling them, so I want to keep them all. That's the handle. Once again, it's got an exaggerated handle. This isn't too exaggerated, actually. And you can see they're all different sizes. I'm not trying to make them the same because one thing I've noticed, if I make them the same, some people want a small mug, some want a big mug, and so on. But anyway, so that is the Bumblebee with some little flower detail on it. And all these bits that stick out, I've had to make them separate and pop them onto the mug. So we will grab some of these. So just to give you a little look, these are some of the little magnets that I finished. So they're all the same. So they're all little penguin ones in the same colourway. They're nice and glossy, aren't they? So I'll put a little magnet at the back of these. And one thing, when my daughter and I ran her shop, she used to have little things like this, and children actually liked them. They used to put them in their pocket, and it was called a pocket hug. So it's like they take it to school and put it in their pocket to make them feel safe. So that's kind of a cute. You could do something like that as well, but these are not going to be for that. These are going to have a magnet on the back. This is another little magnet. Oh, thank you. This one's just in blue. I kind of ran out of a few colours. So, and the owl is in lavender, but I've only done one coat. So you can see it's not very strong. But anyway, it's still cute. I quite like this yellow. This is, I think, meadow yellow. And I'll show you on one that's bigger. So that's a really big meadow yellow product. But it's quite nice. If you're looking for a nice yellow that's not a mucky yellow, I think that's a good one. Now, this is another one of our cute little unicorn mugs. Of course, the blue rim. So like I said, I'm just changing it each time. I'm thinking of buying some gold and doing their horns in gold, but it just would mean it would need another firing again. So and a lot of people just don't want to keep firing. But this one was made on the wheel as well. This is one of my earlier ones on the wheel, but I think it still looks really sweet. And yeah, and this clay is actually Walker's Midfire White. So this one here is a different clay to the speckled that I showed, which was the Kiln's. But yeah, it looks lovely, doesn't it? So that is mug number 5. And this is mug number 6. So this is the little squirrel Wonderland. And this is in quite a bold maroon kind of colour with teal. So we'll move him around. And then I've just used the glaze is, what is it? It's Walker Ceramics, and it's super gloss glaze, which works really well. So I've given every one of them 3 coats. I'd say 3 medium coats. But yeah, and then these flowers are exaggerated. And then this is what is it? Caramel. I think this is caramel brown or salted caramel is the colour on it. Mint green is the tree. But I might actually make some with the tree at Christmas and do like little gold flecks or even some little baubles on the tree or something. I do have over 20 mugs drying at the moment in the other studio. So that's exciting, isn't it? Those ones are done. I really do love them. I hope you love them. Let's have a look at the next. Okay, so this is a new glaze that I've used. You can see it is not glossed. It has not got hot enough. And this was on a long time, so I'm going to have to re-look at this and we will redo these. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes the second shelf's not good, but all the other glazes are really good. This just isn't hot enough. So that's a bit disappointing, isn't it? But anyway, we will see. But all of the other ones with the normal gloss have all done fine. So I think maybe that just needs a higher firing. So this is just a little heart, little trinket dish that I had that I'd made ages ago. And I thought, look, let's just hand paint it. So anyway, that one's a little hand painted one. That will go on the $15 one. So we've got some little house coasters. Aren't they cute? You could use this as a magnet, but it's quite big. So, and let me show you. And these mugs are big, you know. This is not a small mug, so it would easily fit on there. And I do have quite a few of these. I've already made some. And now if you can kind of see, they're not exactly the same. So they're all going to be a bit different, which is quite nice. This is lavender. I think it's soft pink and maybe kiwi under glazes. And the blue, I think it's powder blue, if I'm right. But anyway, quite beautiful. I love them. So what are we up to next? So once again, we have some more of these, which are little magnets. If you can kind of see, they're little penguin. And because I do markets that are along the coast, where the penguins actually come along the coast and swim in and then swim back out, make their burrows and then swim out again. That's obviously why I've got a few penguin things. You kind of got to make things that suit wherever you're selling. I think I have 13, if I'm right. Oh, look at these. I love these. So this is my little whale. He is a magnet. So he will have a double magnet. So he'll be a really strong one. But it's a really cute little gift. If you just want a gift, even for a teacher, these are really cute gifts. So these are, what are they? I can't remember. Can't remember the price of these. I think they're $7 or $8. I can't remember. But something like that anyway. But they're really cute, aren't they? So, another little smiley one. I've got so many of these. I just had to get them out. Another little whale, and that is that shelf done. Oh, look how cute this is. So this is a little bowl. Little purple, little blue. With, of course, just little dots that I've made. So sweet. And can you see inside? There's a bunny inside as well. So it's really cute. Just a little bowl. You know, you could use this as a trinket or you could use it as a bowl, whatever somebody liked. But I just make all different things that people might want to buy, and, you know, because that way it gives people some interest. They can just look at whatever they like and grab it. These have worked out really cute too. So this was one of my new little trinkety trays, one that was bigger. So you could put your necklace, watch, anything on it. And of course it's got the little bumblebees, aren't they sweet? And I do like the colour, you know, it just adds a bit of fun. But yeah, isn't that sweet? And then of course it does have my symbol on the back. And this is a white clay from Walker's. Once again, it's mid-fire. So we have a few more little houses. One of the little brown and blue. And I have a few of this coaster now. I think this might be the fourth. I did try and do a lot of them that had at least 4. So 4 in the same, because, you know, obviously people want them. And then they will have the silicone feet, which I will super glue on the bottom. And then, of course, you've got the cute little house coaster. So they're coasters. So behind me is the bench. I'm putting them on. Oh, this is cute. So this was one I made ages ago. It's a large magnet. And I was just playing around. This was a cookie cutter. And I thought, how can I just make it a bit different? But anyway, it's very sweet, isn't it? You can see how shiny it is when I kind of move it. You know, honestly, I could even put a bit of gold on or something, but it would be cute actually if its beak was gold or something like that. Even around here would be good if the yellow bits were gold. But anyway, for now, it is really, really cute. I really do love this. So I have lots of them, but I just put the first one in just to see how it went. But anyway, it's turned out super cute. So this is a large magnet, a little turtle. Isn't it cute? So darling. So anyway, so this little cutie pie is going to have two magnets. I think maybe here and maybe here, because you kind of want them, you know, like opposite sides so that it's really strong. But anyway, that is super cute. And like I said before, you know, if you're doing markets, you just need to find the market that suits your product. So for me, you know, I wouldn't be doing like a lot of sheep and things like that because obviously, you know, I'm selling on the coast where it's more things like this. There are still lots of animals, but mostly sea animals is what I'm making. And it's not just because of the market. That's also what I just personally love making. So once again, as we said before, lots more little, let me hold them in my hand. I'm holding it so hopefully you don't see my bad nails all the time. But anyway, that's the little penguin. Isn't it cute? And he does have a candy pop in his hand, a lolly, whichever you want to call it. And his little cheeks, I did them pink. I don't know if you can see, but they look so cute. And to make this, so this is a cookie cutter, like a tiny cookie cutter. And then my husband made the print for the little penguin so I could push him in. So I will put some of these on the website, but my new website, which is Rhonda Jane Pottery, I really did it just so that I had a website for markets. So a lot of the things won't be there. I'm just going to, you know, sell them more at markets. So another little smiley face. We all know I have quite a few, and these go in my $7 little containers because people like to take something home. So it is really good to have something just for $7. So, and this is another one. He's going to be a little magnet as well. I did show you the other one before, but this one I've used salted caramel brown colour kiwi underglaze instead of using lavender, which wasn't very strong. And then I also have some like this, which obviously that says love, but it's probably backwards for you guys on the camera. And that's just got a bit of a lace flowery kind of pattern. So I'm just trying to see any comments or likes, which is that's why I'm getting my head up nice and close to the camera. Now this is in the blue, the soft blue. So this is another magnet. Obviously it's a polar bear. And it's got a lace effect. Like, I don't know, isn't it cute? This was a cookie cutter. I couldn't resist. I really loved it. This one, if you can kind of see in here, it's not as dark as I'd like. But I actually think because what happened is some of the clays I've joined black and white clay together when I've recycled the clay. Because if something doesn't work, you just throw it all in a pot and recycle it. So I think that's what's happened with this one. But it's still really cute. It'd still be the same price. And I know someone will love it. So on to the last. Now, again, you know, this was the new glaze that I was talking about, and you can see it hasn't reached temperature, so that's going to have to be fired again. What else have we got in here? So this is how I fire the spoons. So, and you just take these off, and that's what it's got, a little spike on them. Take this one off, and then you just, you know, need to just sand that a tiny bit, which doesn't affect the glaze. And this is one of the serving spoons. Isn't it cute? So obviously it has the little cowboy boot. And this colour here I think is latte. And then, of course, the softy pink and the lavender purple. I might be saying the wrong names, but you'll know if you go onto Kiwi Underglazers. And I'm not sponsored at all by them. I've just used them. They're really easy to use. So, yeah, I love that. What do you think? I think it's so cute. I love the serving spoons. They're easy to hold too. So, yeah, so I've made quite a few serving spoons. So, what else is in here? Take this off again. They're just more of those. So it's another serving spoon. How cute, a little ducky on it. So sweet. So, yeah. And we're getting to that weather, aren't we? Now, the only thing I'm going to say with serving spoons that is a little tricky, you know, you kind of got to really think about the thickness of the handle. I made some and they were too thin and they snapped like when I was making them in greenware. I've got one that's pretty thin here. I'm a bit worried about it, but I'll probably end up keeping that one myself. And then this is just a super glaze over the top, and then my symbol is at the bottom. So you can easily just hand wash these. So we do have a few more of these little cuties. I said this last time. So I have these in pink, blue, and what other colour do I have them in? Yellow. Some more pink ones. So there's a few of those. And this is just a blue. I don't know whether you can see. It does have a lace effect under it, but you can't really see too much of the blue colour. So anyway, there's some more of those to go in. And when I sell them at the market, they sit in containers like this. So, yeah, so these are like $7 or 3 for $20. So they're pretty affordable. And most people like that. They can just take it away. Another one of those little trinkets I made. Isn't it cute? So sweet. So this one's a little froggy and obviously has lots more colours on him. And this is, you know, look, so I've made this in a slab, so just, you know, rolled out some clay. And then I've just, you know, moved the edges to wrinkle the edges. So I wanted this to be really organic. Didn't want it to be super straight or perfect. And I just think it looks really cute. So anyway, that is a little bit about that. And I will actually be teaching some pottery at a primary school soon. Just to help some kids. So I thought that was a bit fun. So this is my little strawberry mug. I really think it's turned out cute. What do you think? So yeah, I really do like it. The strawberries, if you can see the little gaps in between, I did that on purpose so it looks like seeds. And I've actually painted these with the back part of the brush. And then on the handle, there's some, and it's a really cute mug to hold. So, yeah, it has a speckle inside. So this is mid-clay. Actually, no, this is Kiln's mid-clay speckled because it has that kind of speckly, I don't know if you can see. But anyway, and then that's the back of them. So they all should have a symbol or something on. This one I was playing around with and I really do love it. So it was a round one and then I just made it so that it was like a little love heart. So it's like a little, you know, got a dip at the end so you can pour something out. Next time I make them, I will put a handle on. I was just really worried like where I put the handle here. I could have definitely done like a really big exaggerated handle. But anyway, for now it's like that, and then of course it has that color. So this is Christmas red. That's the red color on it as well. If you want it brighter, you need to do another coat. This is only one coat on the top and one coat here. So they're pretty strong underglazes. And lucky last, one more of these little cuties. And like I said, the houses I've got here, these are going, sorry, not the houses. These particular bowls are going to have to go in for another firing. They're just not, I think it must need a much higher firing range, which is a bit disappointing. But anyway, it is what it is. We will see what we can do, won't we? But these are for these, aren't they sweet? So that's all I've got today, my friends. I hope you've enjoyed just a little bit of opening the kiln, seeing what's happening. My fingers are crossed it's going to work, because at the moment it's not even turning on. The lights aren't even showing. So I have to get my husband to look at that when he gets home tonight. Anyway, have an amazing day. I'll see you next time. Bye.